Another minor update here, I believe, unless this forgotten beast can actually reach us. We also have an obituary to read through, and I'll get to that here in a moment. But the forgotten beast of Vuz has come. A great eyeless serpent. It has a pair of knobby antennae, and it undulates rhythmically. Its cerulean scales are large and overlapping. Beware of its poisonous sting. And there it is. Let's see. A Vuz, huh? Body, head, tail, and stinger. And you know what? It's on our zoo level as well. So yeah, it's not going to be able to get to us. But we lost a forgotten beast. Let's see. The forgotten beast Teoquiong was fighting. Salty Nut stepped up to the plate. The beast stepped up to the edge again, where they peer down and leer and mockingly laugh at us. And Salty Nut got off a snapshot on the damn thing and completely killed it. The flying copper bolt strikes the forgotten beast in the shell. It rips the shell off and breaks away the tissue. And that was enough to kill the beast. I have no idea where its body is. I didn't bother to go look for it. I think it crawled away and bled to death somewhere. That's a Crundle corpse right there. Yep, he's dead out there now. And Salty Nut is the forgotten beast slayer with a single lone bolt. A single lone copper bolt. So, it is 17th Obsidian, 1083 late winter, population of 113. And besides the forgotten beast that left us and the forgotten beast that just arrived, the dwarves, are still living in relative peace and safety compared to what's about to come in 1084. The dwarves are also running around, training and everything. I did make a few new military squads. Let's see, where are they at? These squads down here, these are all the civilians. These are the emergency squads. If for some reason our above squads of 5 that have been training year-round for the past, I don't know, some of them not very long, some of them for multiple years. But if they all need backup, we'll scramble the civilian reserves here, and, yeah, they'll try to pick up some of the slack. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. But I'm going to let the dwarves get back to it, and just let them continue to prepare for 1084. It's coming. Well, it looks like we have a forgotten beast I know we're going to have to fight, because I do recognize this screen right here. The forgotten beast Hody has come. A towering crocodile with external ribs. It has 2 stubby tails, and it is ravening. Its lavender scales are large and set far apart. Beware of its poisonous vapors. I don't think that's nearly as bad as poisonous dust, but... I know he can't get through here because we've got this walled off. So we'll scramble a couple of the squads over here. Let's see, which one do we want to send out first? We'll send the Cradled Bolts and Archer squad to stand right back there. And I want to see how the present Axis handles this. We'll send them there and one more squad. I want to see if just 3 squads can handle this. How about one of our older ones, the Touches of Mining? We'll send them over here as well. So there we go. Military scrambled. It is 26 granite, 1084, early spring. And yes, as soon as we have merchants arrive or migrants arrive, the drawbridge will go down, and we will begin to actually defend, attack, whatever, siege. We'll siege the outside world. Instead of being laid under siege in our little volcano home, we'll take it to the enemies out there. So let's see, who do we have arriving here? We've got Tilla, Sergi, there's Slaxer. There is Vosir, Raid Soft, Mean Melter, and Dowd Pride all arriving, streaming in. Looks like we got 2 more slackers showing up here. Lord Blackthorn is arriving, and Nami the 4th. And there's Vix, he's arriving. Unfortunately, not everyone is equipped with armor yet. That's something that I'm trying to work on. Hopefully we can get everybody geared up before we send them outside. We'll see if we're capable of that. And Hody is just kind of hanging out back there. Come on, Hody, let's get this show on the road. It's possible he may not be looking for a fight. He might, maybe he just came for the fresh water here. He doesn't want to have to spill blood in it and dirty it up or anything. Where are you going? Raid Soft? He's like, screw you guys, I'm gonna go take a nap. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Ferret Fiend is arriving, carrying a keg for everyone. This is not a river party. We're not partying on the riverbank. We need to take this a little bit more serious. There's Variax the Fourth. He's arriving. He's one of our archers. He's not very trained yet, but he will be. If he survives this battle, that is. He walks up to the edge and just props himself against the microcline wall there. Nobody's too worried. They haven't felt the ground tremble yet. The beast is still too far away. Come on, you big giant sea. Let's see what you're made of. We're gonna spill your insides all over the cavern floor. I guess we can take a look around the fort while he kind of screws around there. Let's see, what do we got going on here? There's Kin-chan, he's picking up equipment. A bunch of the military is still up here just hanging out, standing around. And of course our civilians are training year-round now. I've got every single dummy activated for swords. Let's see, there's Dion, he's training with a sword. He is an adept swords dwarf. Metal Slime Hunt, you're an adequate swords dwarf. When the time comes, these are the reserves that are going to be called into battle. Rabaruji, let's see, adept. Griffin God, you're talented. Lockman, you're adept and you've got a baby meat shield. Lum the Mad, competent. Michael Thornton, skilled. Box McLeod, you're an adept swords dwarf. Got somebody sleeping away in this room here. Daft Punk is sleeping in there, or he was. He hops out of bed and begins marching somewhere. He's on a mission. Still got this squad training in here. I guess we can scramble this squad if things get tough, and that squad, those three squads up there get routed. Ron McDonald, Billy the Kid, Wedge, kind of an NPC squad. Ed 209, Tom York. Yeah, that's all an NPC squad, I think. Mage Reborn, you're in there. I think you're the leader of their squad or something. You're the Horde Master. Mage Reborn, Teethwork, competent swords dwarf. Iron, copper, and cobalt armor on. Iron Greaves, iron breastplate, cobalt shield. You're armored up and ready for whatever we're gonna throw at you. Come on, Hody. I know the waters are nice. There's a bolt back there. Did somebody already fire an arrow? I guess it's possible one of our archers saw that far. It's not Variax, he's still just sitting there, kind of thirsty and drowsy. He's relaxed, he's chillaxing on the wall. If the dwarves were trained to swim, if we had our Navy SEAL, our Dwarven SEAL team, we might be able to scramble them into the water. But I've only got this one little pool here. Nobody's gonna learn much from it. Sabin's learning to swim right now. There's Urst McSneaky learning how to dodge. And Cicero the Fourth is there. And there's Ravad Hazeworks, that ghost that's been floating around. He hasn't given me any frame rate problems, no hitching or anything. But his body is the one I want to recover most from outside. Ooh, and I think Variax is shooting arrows. I just saw an arrow splash into the water there. There's the beast. He's not injured, so I guess keep trying, Archer. Keep firing away. Who do we got there now? Kin-chan. He walks over next to Variax, and Variax points at the water. He's like, I saw something move down there. I took a shot at it. I don't know if I hit it or not. There's no blood floating to the surface in the water. There's no ripples on the water showing the great massive beast swimming. It's just dark and silent. Looks like we got an injured dwarf back here too. Who is this? Dowd Pride, you've got a right hand and a right lower leg injury. Your right knee's hurt. You're all types of messed up. Your ability to grasp is somewhat impaired. Motor nerve damage, sensory nerve damage. Let's see. You don't have any infections, thankfully, but you do have broken bones. You're still working through it. I think you've been hurt all the way since 1078. You've been hurt for quite some time. You've got a long history of medical treatment, so they've been taking care of you. Tells Darcy Hammurabi. Revocane's the last one to look at you. He set your knee. He set your left leg as well. So see, our medical team is slowly getting the hang of things and learning how to take care of people. And Polarbeard, you've grown attached to a dog bone crossbow. It is a crossbow that you had made out of your favorite pet mastiff that was struck down by the werewolves. And you've been training with that bow forever. There's the beast. The crocodile's just lurking on the edge of the water, waiting for his chance to spring forth. The dwarfs are still unsuspecting. Let's get the camera centered here. And let's get my combat log up, because we know that's going to be pretty crazy as soon as it starts. My main concern is still that damn poisonous dust. Or poisonous vapor, whatever. Come on. Okay, somebody just fired a bolt, and the fight is on. The beast jumps on land, whatever. And the flying marble bolt strikes the beast in the right front leg, fracturing the bone. And they charge forward. Variax opens up and fires a bolt. You can see it mid-flight right there. It hits. The flying microcline bolt strikes the Forgotten Beast in the right front leg, fracturing the bone. Forgotten Beast is caught. It breathes out a cloud of dust. The War Dog takes a mouthful. More dwarfs take a mouthful. The Forgotten Beast stuns himself. Dowd Pride hacks the Forgotten Beast in the fourth toe. The toe flies off. Someone catches it and they're going to make a necklace out of it. Mean Melter stabs the Forgotten Beast in the right tail. It fractures the tail. Another marble bolt strikes the Forgotten Beast in the right front leg and sticks into the bone. Vix jabs the Forgotten Beast in the head with his cobalt shield. It leaves a bruise mark. Doesn't really break through the scales though. More bolts fly through the air, deflected off some of the dwarf's armor. Going wide, Raidsoft stabs the Forgotten Beast in the head from the side. It tears apart the muscle and fractures the skull. Vosir stabs it in the lower body, tearing the muscle and bruising the guts. The beast begins to retch and vomit. Lord Blackthorn bashes it in the right rear leg, and Dowd Pride hacks it again in the right front leg with the cobalt battle axe. An artery's been opened up. They've surrounded the beast, and they finally kill it. Dowd Pride hacks the Forgotten Beast in the lower body with the cobalt battle axe with all of his might. He brings it down with a thunderous slam, and the beast is chopped in twain. So where are you at, Dowd Pride? Even with all of your wounds, you've managed to suffer through years of dwarven whatever, medical care, whatever, and you've emerged a champion. You killed Hody the Forgotten Beast, and you lost your name over it too. So let's give that back. I don't think you got a title yet. Did you? Dowd Pride? Nope. Lancer amuses. So, you know, not too bad. I'm proud of you there. Ooh, and right after the battle, Rabujer. I'm gonna screw your name up forever. That's a freaking weird name. Raburuji withdraws from society. He was training on the dummy. He's one of our surgeons, one of our primary doctors. And, oh god. People are dying down there now. Hang on. Let's get down here and see who we're gonna lose. Combat log says people are falling over. They're dropping all of their weapons. Oh man, if all of these dwarfs die too, I'm gonna be so mad. These Forgotten Beasts are so full of shit with their instant paralyzing, killing stuff. Master Ozra and Jello Snark are sparring somewhere. The dwarves begin to limp back. Actually, hang on, let's pause this and tell all of these. You can stand down the touches of mining. Cradled bolts stand down. The present axis stand down. And, let's see, I also need to... I gotta cancel some of these training dummies. And get just a few more idling dwarves up here. Maybe to go help these people. I don't know if they're gonna die. Fucking hell, they're dying now. Stray dogs suffocated. Another war dog suffocated. Raidsoft, you're dead. Everyone's suffocating. Fucking Forgotten Beasts. All of that training, and it's just, you know, it's for nothing. As soon as this extract shows up. Mean Melter's dead. Vix is dead. Who else is gonna die? Is the hero Dowd Pride going to die? Let's see, there's Variax. He's just sitting there, watching everybody die. Sergei's fucking suffocated. Choked to death on his own blood. Vosir has suffocated. And who's this? Who's gonna die now? Ferret Fiend, you're gonna die. Congratulations. Everybody just walks down the hallway here. Mouthful of the poison vapors. Complete bullshit. I'll rage for a moment, but this is bullshit. You can have the best armor in the fucking world, all the years of training, everything going your way, and, you know, just one little mouthful of that extract. It's been fixed in recent versions, but I can't fucking update my version after I've generated the world and put 25 hours of video online. It's just too late for that. Let's claim all this stuff. And we're down to 107 dwarfs now. We'll have to bury all of these heroes. Won't be making any memorial slabs for them. And you know what? I also want to build one more thing here. There goes our little buddy who's looking for stuff to claim for his artifact. Where is the... I want the Altar of War. Swimming theater, gate ball field, obstacle, no. Altar of War, right here. I'm gonna place this kind of in the center of the room here. I think this is close enough to the center. There we go. And let's make it out of phyllite, no, lunite. What's a warish sounding stone? Decide, phyllite, schist, spellwood bars. That'd be... I don't know. That's almost... I don't want to use elf materials to make our altar of dwarven war. Charcoal, gold, maybe. You know what, it's kind of flashy, but why not? Let's make our altar of war out of gold bars. We'll stack the gold bars up and create an altar to the gods of war. A shame I can't create an altar to God of Nightmares. Golem or Dolem, whatever it is. Oh well. Are you gonna be okay, Variax? Let's see. He cannot follow orders. His health, no health problems, doesn't need to be evaluated. I guess everyone in his squad might be dead. The touches of mining. Let's see. Slaxer, you're the only one left in there. You didn't die. So... fuck. I'm gonna just completely disband that group. Disband the touches of mining there, no more. And we're gonna send you down here with... how about... we'll put you in Tilla's squad. You can hang out with Variax, Salty Nut, Kinchan, and Peyton. Where's your name at? There you are. So, congratulations to present Axis. You've got Slaxer. He's battle-hardened. He's survived poisonous vapors. Are there any other squads? Let's see. The Cradled Balts. Another one of our archer squads. Pretty sure they're an archer squad. Let's see. Where you at, Cradled? Oh... I don't think I have anyone who is not presently in a squad, so I don't have anyone who can take over a leadership role. Actually, hang on. Maybe I do. No, I don't. Screw it. Dowd Pride, Nami, and Lord Blackthorn, you're out of there. The Cradled Balts is fucking disbanded. I'm just gonna have those people, they can just walk around for a bit and be civilians. They can go enjoy the civilian side of life. They've earned it after that craptacular battle there. Here comes all of the dwarves, looking for whatever they can claim, whatever they can call as their own. So it is 9th slate, 1084 mid-spring, population of 107. Provided as long as no more forgotten beasts show up, as soon as spring ends, I'm putting the drawbridge down. Well, either spring needs to end, or migrants need to show up. We're not going to get any migrants because I turned them off in my initialization options. I put the population cap down to 15, so we're not going to be getting any more recruits. Well, who we've got is who we've got. Rest in peace to everybody who's died and to who just left us. We will always remember you. We will carry your names in our hearts and in our minds. And whenever we come back, provided we're not getting screwed over by a forgotten beast, we're going to see what the artifact, what artifact gets created, and we're going to start trying to secure this outside a little bit. Lizardmen, snake men, stuff like that should not be as cheap and should not be as lethal as a cloud of poisonous extract. So the battles in the future should be a little bit more visceral and entertaining than the bullcrap we've experienced so far. Okay, well, it is time. It's 12th Fell Site 1084 late spring, and we're putting the drawbridge down, and we're going to start gathering some of the resources outside. A Sylvan caravan from Ririli Mona has arrived, and I don't care if you maggot dwarfs dislike putting your life on the line for elves or not. We're going to go out there and, yeah, we're going to secure the trade routes. So, all the way to the top of the volcano is, you know, as far away as we possibly can get, of course, from the drawbridge. Let's pull that lever. Someone can go up there and throw that. And we're going to send the military outside. The gilded flags. Go stand. Let's keep them just on the edge of the roads for now. They can go there. The boats of kissing stand in the middle of the road. Right there. The walls of order, we'll put them over there by this junk pile on that side of the road. And let's see. The arches of shooting, I want another archer squad out there in the middle. Right here. I also want, how about the armored crescents? We'll move them a little bit further down. And for now, we're just going to guard this road and claim all of this stuff right here. This should be a huge pile of bodies, actually. A ton of gear. Well, how about I also reclaim my roads? Can I do that? There we go. Now we own our roads. So we'll unpause it. Get the drawbridge down. Vaser. There's his huge-ass name. He was apparently off-duty. His squad's kicked into gear. Edgar Figueroa. He's recruited. Blind Chaos. They all run down to their squad lockers. To their chests and cabinets. Grab their gear and get ready. The drawbridge slams down to the ground. And ages of dust fly off of it. And here come the elves. This is a small little caravan, but it's a start. Hopefully they've got some good stuff for us. I know we've got tons of stuff to give away. If we ever claim all of the clothing and armor and trinkets outside... Oh god, they've already been ambushed. Where is it? Right here. There's a bunch of kobolds that have sprang forth from ambush, and Shatari is out there. She opens forth with a bolt. Or wait, no. It's a bolt flying towards her. She dodges to the side. She rolls to the side as the black bronze arrow digs into the pillar. She opens fire. The flying copper bolt strikes the kobold bowman in the head, tearing through the fat. He begins twitching and spasming. Her second bolt goes wide. Oh no! And somebody just dove in front of an arrow and took an arrow for her. Dowd Pride rolls in front of Shatari, and the flying black bronze arrow strikes Dowd Pride in the right lower leg, tearing through the muscle in his copper high boot. An artery has been opened in the attack. Who's beside him? There's Hippo Man, running up from behind. There's Lord Blackthorn. They all start charging forward. Dowd Pride clashes head first with the kobold. A couple more arrows rip through the air, strikes the kobold bowman in the left lower leg, lodges in the wound. Dowd Pride suddenly turns into an axe dwarf and hacks at the kobold maceman, but it rolls to the side. The kobold maceman bashes Hippo Man in the left upper arm. It bruises the muscle, and Dowd Pride kicks the maceman in the lower body, bruising the muscle and bruising the guts. It begins to retch. The flying copper bolt strikes the kobold maceman in the right hand. Sensory nerves have been severed. He drops his weapon. Shatari reloads and begins firing again. The bolt goes wide. Dowd Pride stands up, and Hippo Man begins to isolate that kobold. So there's Dowd Pride. There's, Lord Blackthorn. Apparently he's got a kill. Let's see. Gonna put that name back. Lord Blackthorn. There you go. You've got one kill. Clotus, the kobold. There's Hippo Man charging forward. Master Ozra, Shatari. And there's Vaser, the legendary emotionless champion. And another ambush. The elves are ambushed from the north. Arrows rip through their caravan, striking the donkey. It begins to panic. And our dwarfs are giving chase. They've chased that kobold group away. The kobold bowman gives in to the pain and falls over. Elves, you should have arrived with help. Where were your caravan guards at? Let's see. I have a feeling that those kobolds are going to run over here and start picking off our people. I'm going to scramble a few more squads. I don't like this. Let's see. In fact, we're going to send a squad out there to deal with those. The Barricade of Orders. We'll scramble the barricade of orders, send them out here as well, and the boats of kissing, we're going to give them the kill command. Pull up the rectangle here. And yeah, let's make sure, actually I better choose from a list, because I don't want to get the elves in there yet. A, B, C, D, E, that looks like 5 of them. Are there any more? No, so we'll give the kill command and they can charge after those. The boats of kissing can, we'll see if they do. The elves are pinned down, the kobold is over there striking down the horse, trying to pilfer what he can from the caravan. Go out there and kill them! Jello Snark the Fourth charges forward. He's got a right lower arm injury. There's Master Ozra following close behind, and there's Vaser, the boats of kissing, charging forward, ahead bravely. And another ambush has sprung forth from right here, I think. Is that it? Yes, it is. So, actually, hang on. B, we're going to switch this group's kill command. We're going to select this. We've got a couple kobolds in that. Okay, just go kill those 3 for right now, before they separate your group and tear you apart. I don't know if people are fighting over here or not. There's so much chaos. The Sylvan Elf merchant rolls over and gives into the pain. The elf rolls over and gives, or the horse rolls over and gives into the pain. Looks like they're scattering those kobolds. They saw the warriors coming and started running as quickly as they could. Vaser, always ready and hungry for battle, catches up to the kobold thief and chops him in the left lower leg, shattering the bone through the small arachna silk, whatever it was wearing. He hops on the back of it, rubs its face in the dirt, and yeah, it's done for him. So let's see, they've killed those. Let's give another kill order here. Where are you at? There's another kobold, a kobold maceman who's still around. I think that's it. So go chase down that last kobold. Unfortunately, the elf caravan here is completely decimated. And there they go. They finally get their senses about them and head down. They should be able to handle that kobold with relative ease. You see our troops scattered around here, guarding the civilians. Ooh, it looks like one elf might have made it. One elf and a donkey with some yarn. Some thread or something. Okay, so that group is done for. Boats of kissing, stand down, stand down. We're gonna scramble them right back here. They can go back inside the volcano and hide inside her cool yet still warm embrace. Oh look, finally the war dogs are arriving. That's the pack of war dogs that follows that squad around. Everyone, well not everyone, but a lot of dwarfs do have war dogs now. And we'll be giving out more as soon as they get trained. Is that elf gonna make it? The horse is completely mutilated. It's lame and it'll never work again. The elf, he's got an upper body injury, chest injury, his legs are both broken and mangled. But he might still be able to pull himself towards the fortress. Who is that? There goes Jeff Major. Apparently he's part of that group too. And he falls back in and goes to join his squad in the interior. This is gonna be so nasty as soon as an ambush happens. Like, a real ambush, not just kobolds. Who do we have out here anyways? There's Infidel, there's Sabin, Lee James, Juju Dog's out there. Daedric Dwarf's out there. I Stalk for Cash, our High Master Mark's Dwarf is there with his archer squad. Polar Beard, Alchemia, Pylops, Raw Paint. Come on, elf, make it inside before you bleed to death or get ambushed again. Slaxer is throwing a tantrum. What? I guess it's... Okay, we gotta find him. I guess... Why is he throwing it? He hasn't broken any crime, or broken any laws yet, has he? No. We'll give him just a moment to get his act together. Merchants have finally arrived and are unloading their goods. So let's see, what do we want to trade? I don't have anything for crafts. Large. Ooh. This is all of the large, all of the large clothing that we can get rid of. I'm just gonna select it all. I don't know if this is... I assume that all of this is actually outside. It won't go any further than 76, 77. And there's no telling where all of that is. Select both of those, and that'll be good for now. Anyone may trade, and yeah, that'll have to do. Did anyone wind up in the hospital? Celt Knight. There's Shatari. She's got an upper... Oh, no. She's got an upper body injury. She killed one Barghest, though. That's many years ago. 3 years ago. What's her health say? No health problems. Upper body's cut open. Her middle spine smashed open. Doesn't say anything about not being able to stand, not being able to grasp, though. So maybe you'll be healed. Lord British is taking care of you right now and cleaning you with some soap. And over here we have Dowd Pride, who is once again back in the hospital. He's no stranger to the hospital. Ooh, and there's Slaxer, very unhappy. He's currently running through the hospital, throwing his tantrum, jumping on the tables and beds, infecting everything with his dirty, soily dwarf feet. He doesn't even wear shoes, just his gnarly-ass, fucked-up toes and curly, nasty hairs all over the place. He runs into the whiskey cabinet and begins drinking heavily. This is only the beginning of the chaos I've imagined. Let's see, there's Vaser, thirsty. What is he doing? He's picking up equipment. He's not scared of being ambushed out there all alone. If he died today, he wouldn't even care. Hey, there's that elf merchant slowly making his way towards our trade depot. He's finally woke up and snapped out of it. And the siege has arrived. I knew it was going to happen. A vile force of darkness has arrived here. Streams of werewolves. Okay. This is a code red, high alert, voices of creation. This, yeah, we need everyone out here. Present axes, scramble yourselves. We're just going to have one big, huge pile here. The 10 inks, we'll move them out here as well. The only groups who won't scramble yet are these ones. These are the groups we'll scramble if everyone out here dies. Surely we can hold the entrance to our fortress, though. Surely. Let's pause it and see where they're going to come from. We have one group to the southwest here. And no one to the southeast. No one to the east. One squad to the northeast. One squad over there. So what is that, 3 squads? I don't know. That was a lot to count. I mean, I don't know if I could keep up with that. Slaxter's calmed down. I think he's become a Mark's Dwarf again. Steal all you want, thieves. None of it matters. They stole a training spear and a large, faint yellow diamond. Take whatever you want. And are the werewolves charging yet? Yes, they are. I think they might be trying to go for the elf first. Pick off the weaklings. Okay, people are fighting. The Grey Werewolf Wrestler is fighting the War Dog. Okay, so they've surrounded and they just killed English Barabin there. Artery's been severed in the War Dog, so they're still just killing War Dogs. Hold the line, dwarves. Don't charge, don't scatter. Somebody opens fire there. Bolt goes wide. That one connects. The flying marble bolt strikes the Grey Werewolf in the upper body, fracturing the false rib. Who do we have up here opening fire? Alchemia's there. I stalk for cash. He's laughing as he shoots arrows. He's not scared. Polar Beard, Pylops, they're all opening fire. That little squad of archers. Raining down doom. Oh, look at all those arrows flying around. Chomp the bastards down. Send the werewolves back to the hellish forest they came from. Okay. Now shit's getting serious. The military is charging forward. Ernest McJ Snark slaps the Grey Werewolf Wrestler in the tail from behind. It fractures the bone tail. Thom York slashes the Grey Werewolf Wrestler in the right lower arm. It tears apart the muscle. The werewolf bites the Grey Wrestler in the blah blah blah. Not important. Ernest McJ Snark slashes the Werewolf Wrestler from behind in the left upper arm. The bloody Werewolf Wrestler is... I think the werewolves are just killing the War Dogs for now. The military surrounds the werewolves, and then it's on. Daedric Dwarf is knocked over and tumbles backwards as a werewolf pounces on top of him. It grabs the War Dog by the right leg and rips it off. Wedge slashes the Werewolf Wrestler in the head from the side with the Cobalt short sword. It tears apart the muscle, fractures the skull. Lee James gets a blow in on the Grey Werewolf, but it rolls to the side at the last moment. Wedge lands another blow on the left paw. It tears apart the muscle and severs many nerves. Okay, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, except for Jay. Kill. Gotta give the kill command, and we're gonna kill all of these bastards. Bloody Werewolf Wrestler, make sure there's no elves in there. I think all of the elves have made it in. Get over there and... Wait. Maybe there is... Yeah, there is. There's fucking elves. Get out of there. Where are you, you bastard elves? You are worthless. I hate you. If I wasn't worried about you sieging us this time next year, I'd give the kill command for you too. So there's the elf right here at my mouse. I actually better reconfigure this then. There we go. Pull this up. We'll have just a few outside of the kill box. But at least we won't have any... There we go. Kill those. And the boats of kissing. Yeah, there we go. Give that kill command. Oh no, somebody's being mauled to death down here. Daedric Dwarf, you're stunned. There's a werewolf pouncing on top of you. The archers are still just standing back, unloading their bolts. A whole bunch of our dwarfs are in the middle of a pile here. Daedric Dwarf is knocked over and tumbles backwards. The Grey Werewolf Wrestler Elite jumps away from the flying microcline bolt. Billy the Kid stabs the Grey Werewolf Wrestler in the right lower arm. Oh, so much battle spam. Ronald McDonald hacks it in the left arm. An artery has been torn open. It's mostly just NPC dwarfs fighting right now. Edgar Figueroa slashes it in the right lower arm from behind. Dom York slashes it. Daedric Dwarf stands up, dusts the sand out of his eyes. The Werewolf Wrestler grabs the War Dog by the right rear toe and shakes it around. Ronald McDonald slashes it in the head with a Cobalt Battle Axe. An artery has been opened up. A tendon's been torn. Ed 209 slashes the Werewolf Wrestler in the left upper leg with the Cobalt Short Sword. It fractures the muscle. Lee James misses his attack on the Werewolf Wrestler as it bends out of the way. War Dog finally bleeds to death. Lee James is knocked over and tumbles backwards as the werewolf pounces on top of him. Ernest McJasnark stabs it in the head with the Cobalt Short Sword, tearing apart the muscle and fracturing the skull. A tendon in its skull has been torn, and the War Dog shakes the bloody Werewolf Wrestler around by the head. It tears a tuft of hair out. Get out of here, you fucking elves. I think that was just a whole bunch of War Dogs that bled to death, okay? Ernest McJasnark slashes the bloody Werewolf Wrestler in the head with the Cobalt Short Sword. It tears apart the muscle and shatters the upper spine's bone. The Werewolf Wrestler slumps to the ground. Thom York lands a blow with the Cobalt Short Sword. It tears apart the fat. More bolts rip through the air, striking and sticking out of werewolves. Lord Blackthorn bashes the Grey Werewolf Wrestler in the right lower arm from behind. It tears through the skin. The limb goes limp. Lord Blackthorn bashes it from in the upper body. It tears through the skin and fractures the right floating rib-lib-dib. A tendon in the skull has been torn by Infidel GKCN's attack. His copper short sword thrusts through the skull of the beast. Teeth and eyelids fly all over the place. The horse breaks the grip of the Grey Werewolf's Wrestler's tooth. So the werewolves are still trying to eat things. Oh man, a whole bunch of deaths. Bunch more War Dogs. I Stalk for Cash suddenly decides he wants to be a militia commander again. I guess he'd step down for a moment. Lord Blackthorn bashes the wrestler in the left paw with his Cobalt Warhammer. It tears through the skin. Let's see. Ernest McJasnark slashes it in the head with the Cobalt Short Sword, tearing apart the muscle and shattering the upper spine's bone. The flying slate bolt strikes the Grey Werewolf Wrestler in the lower body, tearing through the skin. You better hurry up, dwarves, because there's still another group or two of werewolves behind this, and they're going to be fresh to battle. Lord Blackthorn bashes the Grey Werewolf Wrestler in the left upper leg with his Cobalt Warhammer. It chips through the bone. Mage Reborn gets into the act finally and slashes the Grey Werewolf Wrestler in the left upper arm with the copper short sword. It fractures the bone. The dwarfs are still doing their best to corral and encircle the werewolves here. Werewolf Wrestler grabs the hunting dog, breaks the grip of the hunting dog. Werewolf Wrestler breaks hunting dogs all over the place. Ernest McJasnark stabs another werewolf in the head with the Cobalt Short Sword. It slumps to the ground. Edgar Figueroa slashes the Grey Werewolf Wrestler in the lower body, tearing apart the muscle. The guts spill onto the sand. Good lord. 3 more War Dogs bleed to death, give in to their wounds. Got War Dogs limping away over here. A werewolf chasing the elf caravan. Our archers are still sitting here, laying down a suppressive line of fire against this werewolf. Got more dwarfs coming around the corner. I'm going to unpause it for a moment. Otherwise, this is going to be like an hour-long fight. Lord Blackthorn bashes the Grey Werewolf Wrestler in the head with his Cobalt Warhammer, tearing through the skin, jamming the skull into the brain. The beast slumps over onto the ground. Mage Reborn stabs the White Mane Werewolf Wrestler in the right upper arm. Its arm flies off. Let's see, Sabin doesn't have any wounds on him. Infidel, you're very unhappy, but you're coated in werewolf blood. It's better than being coated in your blood. Ernst McSneaky there, not hurt. Vaser, he's in the middle of battle. He's unhurt. Jello Snark, you're unhurt compared... I mean, you've still got the same wounds you've had. Lee James, you've taken massive injuries. Lower body, right foot, guts are damaged. Let's get a look at you. You're pale, your ability to stand is lost, motor nerve damage, sensory nerve damage. Let's see, lower body is torn open, your guts are laying on the ground, the werewolves are laughing at you. There'll be an awesome engraving made about your distress at some point. You're a stone dwarf, so maybe you could still shrug it off. You worship Nish? Who's Nish? A male steel dwarf and associated with trade and wealth, and Omer, associated with the jewels. You have a pet, a pet war dog, Mesthos, who has forsaken you, and a passing acquaintance named Triple H, who doesn't care about you either. Dom York stabs the White Mane Wrestler in the right paw, and Sabin Figueroa stabs in the upper body with his copper short sword. The beast howls in pain. Another war dog bleeds to death. Its body stops twitching on the battlefield. Let's see, many nerves have been severed from Sabin's attack. The beast drops to the ground. Jello Snark slashes the bloody werewolf wrestler in the head with the cobalt short sword, tearing apart the muscle. And the regular Jello Snark lands a kick on the lower body with its left foot, some type of karate kick. More arrows rip through the air, more beasts drop to the ground, and a fresh batch of werewolves arrive around the corner. Here they come. Oh, the dwarves are doing a good job of holding the line. Where is everyone else? We've got more recruits coming this way. Looks like a fresh squad's getting ready to run over the bridge. We have Ernst McDarcy charging into battle, who doesn't have any armor on, just a copper pick in his hand. Raburgi, you're charging in. Rawl the third is there. Here comes Sergeant Shima the fourth. There's Salty Nut. He's stepping up. Jeff Major is right there. Yeah, everyone has their kill werewolves command set, so get to it. Dom York slashes the Grey Werewolf Wrestler in the head, tearing apart the muscle, fracturing the upper spine. Daedric Dwarf stabs the Grey Werewolf Wrestler in the head. They're all getting headshots on the beasts that are prone and laying on the ground, begging for mercy. More werewolves stream into the fight here. ABC, I need to actually, ABC, give a new kill order here, get a new kill box set up. Kill all of these things. I don't think there is, well, no. There's no more elves. The elves are dead. There is, however, the, I'll wait then. I'll wait for a moment for these werewolves to get over here. Hunting dogs bleeds to death. More hunting dogs, more war dogs bleed to death. Oh god. And a whole new batch of werewolves right there. Billy the Kid is knocked over and tumbles backwards. Vaser hacks the Grey Werewolf Wrestler in the upper body with the steel battle axe. It lodges in the wound. He uses his foot to kick the beast backwards, and it backpedals, spraying blood all over everyone standing nearby. I think these ones are almost close enough to target then. We'll pause that. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Give the kill command here. Try not to get the caged beasts that the elves brought in the menu there. Okay, that should be all of them, I'm hoping. I don't see any of them behind there. Give the kill command, and everyone should charge forward. More bolts fly through the air. Battle spam all over the place. Ernst McSneaky kicks the bloody werewolf wrestler in the right lower arm, tearing through the skin and bruising the bone. Another war dog gives his life for the cause. Infidel GKCN stabs the Grey Werewolf Wrestler in the right upper leg, fracturing the bone. The bloody werewolf wrestler grabs Nami by the right foot with the upper arm. It releases its grip on a war dog. So far they have not actually managed to really hurt the dwarves. Calrogman stabs the Grey Werewolf Wrestler in the head with the copper short sword, tearing apart the muscle. Eyestalk for Cash has ran out of ammo, and he charges forward to begin bashing with his iron crossbow. He bashes one of the werewolves in the left upper arm. It howls in pain. Master Azra strikes the Grey Werewolf Wrestler in the head with his cobalt shield. It doubles back, dazed and confused, and bites one of its friends. I Stalk for Cash scratches a gray werewolf wrestler in the body from behind with his iron bow. It tears through the muscle and bruises the spleen. And Master Ajra gets to work with his cobalt shield. Apparently, maybe he lost his weapon in the melee. It was ripped from his hands or something. More war dogs bleeding to death. A spaniel dog was caught in the battle too. Mage Reborn slashes the gray werewolf wrestler in the first toe. The toe flies off. Someone else catches that one as well, and they'll make a trinket out of it someday too. Wedge slashes the gray werewolf wrestler in the head with his cobalt short sword. A tendon in the skull has been torn, and Mage Reborn slashes it, and yeah, already got the toe being cut off. Oh no, and Sabin Figaro bleeds to death. I Stalk for Cash bashes another gray werewolf wrestler in the head with the iron crossbow. It goes down. Jello Snark strikes the gray werewolf wrestler in the left lower arm. 24 Volunteers bashes it in the head with his dogbone crossbow. It just tears through the skin. Mage Reborn slashes it in the head with his copper short sword, tearing apart the muscle. An artery has been opened up. Okay, now I think we're going to start losing dwarfs, maybe. Yeah. We need more soldiers out here. Where is everyone? Let this battle run at full speed right here. Pylops stands up, dusts himself off. Daedric Dwarf stabs the gray werewolf wrestler in the right paw from behind with the cobalt short sword. It fractures the bone. Sergeant Shima kicks the bloody werewolf wrestler on the ground in the lower body with its right foot. It slides to the sand 10 feet. Another hunting dog bleeds to death. Wedge strikes the gray werewolf wrestler in the right lower leg from behind with the cobalt shield, tearing through the skin. I Stalk for Cash bashes in the head with his iron crossbow. It tears apart the skin. So I Stalk for Cash is just running around bashing things in the head now. And he's throwing a tantrum in the middle of battle. Our battle-hardened, or our veteran archer there, he's finally lost it from all the bloodshed, even though I guess maybe he lost all of his pets in battle, I don't know. Calrog Man's no longer stunned. Daedric Dwarf punches the gray werewolf elite wrestler in the head from behind. His hand reels in pain. The dogs go crazy in the background. Bagwam slashes the gray werewolf wrestler in the upper body from behind with his copper short sword. It tears through the muscle and lodges in its right lung. It begins hacking and wheezing. Bagwam stabs the gray werewolf wrestler in the right lower arm with his copper short sword. It tears through the muscle. Polar Beard punches the gray werewolf wrestler in the right upper leg as he tries to scramble for control of his weapon. There's piles of werewolves all over the place. There's only a few left here, and it looks like they're getting ready to surround it and strike it down. Is that all of them? Surely it can't be. Wasn't there another squad of werewolves somewhere? Like over here? Like, there they are. Fuck me, look at that. Oh, man. Hurry up and kill these ones. And who's running away here? Jello Snark 4, he's running away. He's got 4 kills. Most of his kills were way back in the early 80s, though. His last one was in 84. He just killed a werewolf, but he's screwed up. His ability to grasp is somewhat impaired. His right lower arm is just shredded. He's got a bite wound in his chest. Blind Chaos slashes the gray werewolf elite wrestler in the head, tearing through the muscle. Oh, man. Hurry up and kill it. 24 Volunteers is caught in the cloud of flame. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Everybody, come station yourselves right here in the entrance and get ready for this additional onslaught. We'll assess the wounded as soon as we can. Anyone who's, too bad wounded, by all means, go to the hospital. Maybe somebody's there who can take care of you, but I doubt it. The white mane werewolf claws the hunting dog in the left rear leg. So, oh god, are they all giving up? Thom York, thirsty, unhappy, Rob Staley. No, don't run away. I didn't say you could stand down. You're supposed to go station yourselves at the entrance. Well, I guess we'll do with what we can here. It's basically 2 whole squads of werewolves arriving. Everything that we just killed is about to be replenished, if I'm not mistaken here. There's Hippo Man. He's scouting around outside. We'll reclaim that body here in a minute. Jello Snark, are you still running around out here? I think he might have come to his senses. Okay. War Dog bleeds to death. Mage Reborn's throwing a tantrum. I bet we had a lot of people lose their names here. Let's scout through here real quick. Z Lunatic, you lost your name. Let's look at you. Kills, 1 kill, a gray werewolf. We'll let you run around without a name for a bit. Polar Beard, you've got 2 gray werewolf kills. Congratulations to you. We'll see if anyone has titles at the end of this. Pylops, you've got 1 bloody werewolf killed. I think you need more than that, though. Infidel, 1 gray werewolf. Daedric Dwarf, 1 gray werewolf. Congratulations. Mage Reborn, you killed Mandunes, the gray werewolf, and another regular gray werewolf. Let's see, Ernst McSneaky, 1 bloody werewolf killed. Wedge, 1 gray werewolf. And I guess that's it for everyone who lost their name. I know that there was a whole lot more werewolves than that were killed, so yeah. Once this battle's over with, I'll go through the logs and everything. Oh no, and Lee James, you've bled to death. Let's see. The bloody werewolf elite wrestler shakes Lee James around by his left lower arm. He flies through the air and slams into the ground. And he bleeds to death while doing it. Somebody fires a marble bolt. It strikes the werewolf elite wrestler in the lower body and sticks into his fat, bruising it. Okay, so these people are all... These little crazy people here are getting ready to run to their doom. Lord Blackthorn, Daedric Dwarf, who is also known as Thultig Partnered Whipped. Ernst McUnicorn is running forward. A, B, C, D, E, F. And then A, B, C again. Kill. The battle is not even close to being over. Get out there and kick some ass, dwarves. I'm almost tempted to scramble some of these other groups, but I need them to stay down there. There's Z-Hall, unconscious. You've been down there forever, though. There's Gargles, unconscious, not a combat injury, though. Dowd Pride is down there. Mr. Phaser Beam. You know what? No, I'll wait. No, I don't know. Yeah, I have to scramble more people. I just have to. I know that these dwarfs are tired, they're wounded, they're exhausted, they're about ready to snap. I need G and H. That's 20 more dwarfs to throw into battle. Fuck it. Go in there and kick their ass. The dwarf and werewolf wave collide, and the battle starts afresh. Ernst McUnicorn misses the white maned werewolf wrestler. A copper bolt sails through the air and strikes one of the wrestlers in the left hand, pinning his hand down. Let this battle just kind of merge together here. Let's see, as the lunatic bashes the gray werewolf wrestler in the right hand with a donkey bone crossbow. His hand goes numb. Edgar Figueroa slaps one. Daedric Dwarf scratches the gray werewolf wrestler in the right lower leg. It tears through the fat and bruises the bone. Ernst McJaysnark stabs the bloody werewolf wrestler in the head with the cobalt short sword. It tears through the muscle. The beast goes numb. Mage Reborn slashes the gray werewolf wrestler in the right lower arm with his copper short sword. It fractures the bone. Many nerves have been severed and a tendon's been torn. The beast is still quite lethal, though. Oh god. Okay, just 2 more war dogs that died. Infidel, you slash a gray werewolf wrestler in the right upper leg with your copper short sword. It tears through the muscle. Daedric Dwarf gets another blow on a gray werewolf wrestler right in the lower body. It runs through its guts and right out the back, piercing through the spine. The beast falls over. Calrog Man stabs the gray werewolf wrestler in the upper body with the copper short sword. It shreds the lung, right into the heart and the liver. The copper short sword lodges firmly in the wound. Calrog Man grins and twists. Ernst McUnicorn punches the gray werewolf wrestler in the head. The head snaps backwards. Let's see. Wedge, you stab a white mane wrestler in the upper leg. Ronald McDonald lands an attack. Polar Beard bashes the gray werewolf wrestler in the lower body. It tears through the skin. Daedric Dwarf slashes the gray werewolf wrestler in the second toe, left paw. He takes another trophy. The toe is ripped off and sells off in a bloody arc. He catches it and pockets it in one quick flick. Vaser hacks the gray werewolf wrestler in the lower body with a steel battle axe, tearing apart the muscle and spilling the guts. He does a pirouette and moves on to his next target. Ernst McUnicorn bashes the gray werewolf wrestler with his bronze warhammer. It chips the bone. Oh, a whole bunch more battle spam. Dwarfs dodging and rolling, werewolves biting and snapping. This group just sits back here deciding what the hell they should do. They don't know if they want to go into the dwarven meat blender. Some of the dwarfs have a little bit of magic power they're learning. They're singeing werewolf skin all over the place. Mage Reborn stabs the gray werewolf wrestler in the head with a copper short sword. It tears apart the muscle and tears apart the upper spine's nervous tissue. The beast is done for. They move on. The gray werewolf wrestler releases its grip on Shatari's right foot. I don't know if it was able to get a good scratch in or not. Urst McUnicorn punches a wrestler in the lower leg, tearing through the skin, and Griffin God slashes the Grey Werewolf wrestler in the lower body with the Cobalt Short Sword. It tears through the muscle and bruises the guts as well. And looks like one of the werewolves are trying to sneak inside. Let's see. A Grey Werewolf wrestler thinking he had a one-up on us, that he was going to get behind us and go towards our juicy civilians. He's being stopped by Box McCloud IV, the reincarnated. Juju Dog's there. There's Z-Sword, our mayor. And Michael Thornton is back there for what good he's doing. Let's see. There's Urst McIonized. There's Shatari, who's faint, unhappy, broken ankle. Haven't picked up any more kills. Let's see. Heavy bleeding, you're probably gonna die, Shatari. Rest in peace. You trained hard and fought hard. Ability to grasp is somewhat impaired. Motor nerve damage, sensory nerve damage. Let's see. Your left lower arm is torn open. It's shredded. It's ruined. It's running. Shatari, it's running with your blood. Your left lower arm is bruised. Your right ankle is broken. Your upper body is dented. There's maybe still hope for you, but it's not looking too good here. More fireballs ignite. Werewolves trying to sneak inside. And Variax is bled to death, shaked around by the throat. His head pops off. Jeff Major begins throwing a tantrum at the sight of one of his friends dying. Z-Sword stands up. Infidel stabs the Grey Werewolf wrestler in the head, tearing apart the muscle and the nervous tissue. Urst McJ-Snark stabs the wrestler in the head as well. That beast's nervous tissue is done for. And it looks like we've scattered. They've routed. They're beginning to turn tail and run. Give chase. Don't let the bastards ever feel welcome here again. More fireballs rip down the road, lighting it up as they sail. Let's see. Juju Dog bashes the Grey Werewolf wrestler in the head with the bronze warhammer as it lays on the ground. Its head explodes like juicy, chunky, meaty applesauce. Major Reborn stabs the Grey Werewolf wrestler in the head with the copper short sword. It tears apart the muscle and fractures the skull. And Z-Sword slashes the Grey Werewolf wrestler in the head with the bronze bardashi. It tears apart the muscle. Oh. Fall back. Secure the entrance. We've got a Grey Werewolf here. There's Urst McDarcy. Urst McJ-Snark is there. Hippo Man's there. Ed 209. Urst McIonized is there. There's Griffin God with a little right foot injury. There's Shatari. Got I think a werewolf on top of her. The other dwarfs are quick to approach, and they pick the werewolf off of her and throw him to the side. And they try to begin to secure her bleeding. Maybe they can still save her. The remaining werewolves that are around are slowly picked off and dealt with. Ed 209 stabs one in the head with his cobalt short sword. The nervous tissue tears apart. Hippo Man strikes the Grey Werewolf wrestler in the head with the cobalt shield, stunning it. Who do we have over here? Somebody's running away. Get back here, Urst McUnicorn. You're not allowed to die yet. Let's see. Put your name back. And you've got one kill. A Grey Werewolf. You also killed a giant Olm at one point. How wounded are you? Your right upper arm is torn open. Not a bad injury by any means. And what happened? I think somebody just fell into the volcano. Yes, actually, yes they did. Congratulations, Triple H. You offered your body up to sacrifice to the war gods, to the volcano god, and Triple H, you just fed the volcano. I hope you're proud of yourself. Let's see, we've got Jeff Major laying on the bridge, throwing a tantrum, kicking his feet, stomping the ground. Bolts rip and fly down. What are they shooting at? Who are they shooting at? Don't tell me they're shooting at each other. The flying marble bolt strikes Urst McIonized in the right lower leg. They were. The flying marble bolt strikes Hippo Man in the upper body. Somebody just went crazy. One of our archers did and laid down a suppressive line of bolts right down the main entrance here. Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Everybody. A, B, C. You know what? Station yourselves right here. Right there at the entrance. You can do that. Anyone who's too wounded to carry on, by all means, go down to the hospital. Somebody just fucking chopped something off and it flew way over here. A Grey Werewolf wrestler's corpse. In a fit of rage, they threw his body almost 100 meters through the desert. Oh, a whole bunch of blood and guts. We only lost 4 dwarfs through all that. It's 25th fell site, 1084 late spring. I have a feeling we're going to be losing a whole lot more. Let's see, who committed crimes in all of this? Nobody? Even the person who threw a tantrum and just filled a whole bunch of people full of marble bolts? Mage Reborn calms down. The dwarfs begin to collect and calm themselves. There's no merchants trading. I think they all actually packed up and left. The battle took so damn long I even forgot that they were there. Hopefully we got some of that stuff carried to them though. Somebody's there. Rabuji. No trader needed at depot. You can go stand down. I guess the merchants just gave up and left. Yep, there they go, leaving. I'm glad we could protect you, merchants, you bastards. We should have let you die. And if next time, maybe we will. No, we won't. This is what it's going to be like from here on out. Long, drawn-out battles. Jeff Majors calmed down. I Stock for Cash has calmed down. They're all sitting around laughing, telling stories, and grinning now. We'll have to claim the bodies of the dead. Claim that dwarf body. We need to go check the hospital, too. Where are the other dead dwarfs at? There's a dead dwarf. I'm afraid we're just gonna miss some. Fuck it. Claim this whole pile of stuff. There's no telling what's there. And, let's see, G and H, you can stand down. Go back to being a civilian. Got a whole bunch of wounded down here now. Biggs, he's got a right hand injury. He's unconscious. He's wounded. Thom York is there. He's resting. I don't think he's wounded. Jufidel Baby's there. They're just relaxing. Pylops, you're there. You've got a left hip injury. It's crushed. Z-Hall, you're there. Right hand. Yeah, you've been there forever, though. Nami, you're there with a busted right ankle. Shatari, they've drug you down to the hospital. Someone will be there to look at you as soon as possible. You're not bleeding anymore, which is good news, but if you can't ever walk again, we may have to put you in a starvation chamber. Jello Snark, you're strapped down to the bed. Looks like Thomas Kane is busy diagnosing you, and he's got a few injuries as well. A left lower arm and a right upper leg injury. Ernest McIonized is unconscious and laying on the ground. A huge bite mark in his right leg. There's Dowd Pride. There is Ernest McSneaky. His left elbow is sprained. He'll be fine. Griffin God, you've got a chunk missing out of your right foot. Let's see, right foot's cut open. You didn't get any kills, but you tried. J Fighter, your right lower arm and your right elbow are mangled. You fought valiantly. Z Lunatic, your left foot is bit open and crushed. You got 1 kill under your belt. Your left foot is torn open. You'll be fine, hopefully. Oh man, goodness. Okay, you know what? We can stop the training in the hospital now. Training is done. The days for training are over with. It's time to get serious. All of these dummies here, we can cancel all of the training on them. Go do something. Carry water and food to the wounded. Make sure that they live. That's the most important thing right now. I Stock for Cash is up there training. He says, you know what? Fuck this. I don't need to be down there. I already did my part. I'm a master archer. Oh, somebody's spazzing out here. Hippo Man. He's got a right lung injury. He's toughing it out. He's got 3 notable kills. None from this assault, though. His right lung is bruised. He's gonna hold together, though. Let's see, Billy the Kid, you got 1 kill. There's an outpost liaison. Nice. Is he actually gonna make it inside alive, then? That's awesome. Sergeant Shima, Deer Picks. You're gonna be fine. You didn't get any kills. Ed 209. Don't care about the NPCs, to be actually honest. Gargoyles, you went and picked up the corpse of someone. Let's see who you're carrying here. You're carrying Sabin's corpse to its eternal resting place. Got 1 more corpse over here, and a whole bunch of gear. There's Lee James's corpse. Rest in peace, Lee James. You did fight valiantly, too. Unfortunately, the werewolves were able to isolate you, and they just tore you to shreds. You know what? Some of these dwarfs can actually stand down now. A, B, C, D, E. All of the old squad, you can stand down. Go heal your wounds. Go do something. If the next siege arrives, we'll scramble more people. or whenever an ambush inevitably shows up and decides they want a piece of our dwarves. Vaser, you are... I thought somebody was throwing a tantrum. I stock for cash, yeah, I think that's an old tantrum, though. So it is 27th Fell Site, 1084, late spring, and we have successfully fought off, our first werewolf siege, really. It's been many years since we've spilled blood in this large of a quantity. The last time was almost a disaster. It was an accident. This time we were prepared, though. Rage? Yeah, Rage Me Born. That's gonna be your name. Rage Me Born. You're throwing a tantrum. I stock for cash, strikes at Lord Blackthorn, but the shot is parried. They're not sparring. So I stock for cash, you are getting quite serious. You were standing in the whiskey locker here, and you decided that you didn't like how Lord Blackthorn was looking at you. So let's see, who's gonna die here? I stock for cash, bashes Lord Blackthorn in the right lower arm, a ligament's been torn. You're gonna probably be beat to death, I stock for cash. We already know how they deal with crime here. I don't have any say in it. I can't tell them not to institute capital punishment. They pretty much do whatever the hell they want. There's Jeff Major, still miserable. He's just sitting there. He's got one kill, that giant cave swallow he shot down. He just wants to sit on the bridge, I guess. Play it risky. I stock for cash, calms down. Too late, though. You're gonna get a beating. Let's see. Has anybody been sent to beat you? Check through the jobs over here on the right, and we'll see who's being sent to beat. Drink, 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 drink. Eat, 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 eat. Attend meeting. Slackser wants to attend a meeting and discuss his problems. Some people are sleeping, stationed, rest, rest, sleep. More sleeping, resting. The child doctors are all diagnosing their patients. Whew. And early summer arrives. Congratulations, dwarves. Proud of you, you survived. It's the calm after the storm now. There's 24 volunteers back to training. He says he doesn't want to be caught unprepared for the next siege. And Shatari is throwing a tantrum. Down in your hospital bed, I think? Yeah, you're just resting there. Thirsty, very unhappy, you're unconscious, you're having a nightmare. It's not really a tantrum. Somebody brings you water and begins dabbing your head with a wet towel. Try to bring your fever down before the infection kills you. Our dwarfs are going to be very busy for quite some time. Infidel is throwing a tantrum. People are fighting. Infidel strikes at Bagwell, but the shot is blocked. Standing out there. Apparently they were shit-talking each other a little bit while on duty. That's not acceptable. Infidel strikes at Bagwell, but he's parried the shot like 5 times. Go Bagwell. Just laugh at him. Infidel gets more frustrated that none of his shots are able to connect, that Bagwell deflected them so easy. We'll see if he's able to calm down or not. And who is that? Trent Reznor brings out a keg to the partiers. This is going to be the tailgate section. Everyone out here is tailgating. I need a barbecue pit as well. We have people who can cast fire. We're going to eat werewolf meat for the next year. There goes Edgar Figueroa. He's going to go get a drink out here. Who knows what type of scrap is out there for the entrepreneurial dwarf who decides they want to risk being ambushed. Oh no! Major Reborn. You're right here at my mouse, right at the edge of the wall, and you've just went berserk. You didn't go melancholy, you said, fuck this, I'm gonna kill everyone here. Let's see, you're in a berserker rage. Ragaga. You have copper armor on, a cobalt shield, iron greaves, a copper short sword. So with the werewolves dead, we're now turning on ourselves. A whole bunch of arrows just sailed through the air, one marble bolt. Oh wow, I gotta read all this. A marble bolt strikes Mage Reborn in the left lower leg and lodges in the bone. Another marble bolt strikes him in the left hand. Another marble bolt strikes him in the upper body, bruising his liver. A copper bolt strikes him in the left lower leg and sticks into the bone. A copper bolt lodges firmly in the wound somewhere. Daedric Dwarf bites Mage Reborn in the head, but the attack is deflected by the one-horned helm. Bite harder! Daedric Dwarf instead decides he's gonna kick, and he kicks Mage Reborn in the mouth. Mage Reborn spits out a tooth. It sails off in a bloody arc. Mage Reborn turns his attention to Daedric Dwarf and tries to attack him, but the shot is parried, and the other dwarfs quickly surround him. Infidel stabs Mage Reborn in the hand with the copper short sword. Mage Reborn's hand falls onto the sand. He looks at his bloody stump in disbelief. Master Fancy Pants punches Mage Reborn in the right eye. His head whips back and smashes into the pillar there. And then Mage Reborn was no more. Daedric Dwarf got the killing blow, it looks like. He stabs Mage Reborn in the right lower arm. It shatters the bone. And that was the last attack that landed. Ooh, no? I think the attack that might have really done it. Well, probably cutting off the hand, actually. But Infidel, you bashed him in the head and bruised his brain. So that's going to be bad. We're going to reclaim all of that gear there. Oh, Mage Reborn bleeds to death. I guess it was bound to happen. Has anyone else been served to justice? Infidel, you need a beating. I Stock for Cash, you still need a beating. I think that's it. You'll get yours whenever it's coming to you, whenever that is. Shatari's calmed down. The fever is beginning to perhaps dissipate a little bit. And Jellosnark's become an administrator. Do I have any openings? Yes, I need a new Horde Master, because I think Mage Reborn was our Horde Master. Proficient? I don't know if Proficient is better than Adept. Z-Hall, you can't do anything because you're stuck in the hospital for the rest of your life. So Master Fancy Pants, congratulations, you got a promotion. Our manager, Daedric Dwarf. Now we'll have to get you a name. I think that's all the noble positions filled. So let's see, what office are we going to give him? I think that this is the office you need. Here we go. This is the office for Master Fancy Pants, our record keeper. That's the record keeper's office. Who's in there right now? Psycho Ewok. He's eating a chicken leg. Oh no, and our Master Archer. I Stock for Cash says, fuck this life. He's gonna be depressed until he starves to death. Oh well, you tried. You fought hard and you fought valiantly, but this is how the weak get weeded out. Those who live through this will be promoted to squad leaders to replace their leaders that just didn't cut it. Squads will be condensed soon enough. Old alliances will disappear and new powers will rise. Oh, well, I think I'm going to take a break. It is 4th Hematite, 1084, early summer, population of 103, even though Mage Reborn's going to be, or I Stock for Cash doesn't count anymore either. There's Lord Blackthorn. He's going to go pick up some equipment. That does kind of put more equipment, though, laying around for our dwarves to gather. Whoa. Wow, you son of a bitch. And Jeff just destroyed the bridge while people were on it. So as one last act of defiance, let's see, Trent Reznor's going for a swim. A couple other people are going for a swim too. Gosh, dang it. Jeff Major just destroyed the bridge. A rough Rhyolite bridge destroyed by Jeff. With people on it, he just pulled the rug out from underneath their feet. Oh, fuck me. Let's see. Bridge. Build a new one. We need a bridge built before the people outside die. And this bridge is not going to be able to be hooked up to, really anything. We'll build it out of micropline, because that's all right there. Well, fuck. Let's see, is there any way to find out who these are? A Tier is going for a swim, and so is Trent Reznor. I guess I'll find out when they hit bottom. We'll chase them all the way down. They don't burn instantly. Where are they at? They're still falling. Sinking through the magma. There's the magma crabs laughing at him. Oh, so Jeff, you're going for a swim too. I guess that's karma for you. So Jeff, you pulled the bridge out. Now everyone's down there with you. Gamma Ray is at the bottom like, you bastard. I wanted to go to hell, he says, but not like this. Fire Toe Baby, he's on fire. Rule Wills, he was a competent grower. He had so much potential. I'm sure this is just going to cause more drama for the dwarves. Fire Toe Baby finally catches fire and is cooked to death. Irolisi Masterwork's been lost. Some of his armor or something perhaps that he made. Cooked away in the heat of the magma. Gamma Ray bleeds to death, and Jeff Major bleeds to death. I'll have to get memorial slabs made for all of them. So they're no more. And now we need to get this bridge fixed and repaired. There's Edgar. Oh, man. I was worried about that. I assume that's why he was setting on that bridge that entire time. He was trying to assess its structural integrity and how best to bring it down and to destroy the most people at once. There's Gargles carrying the microcline stones. One at a time. This is going to take a little bit. Who do we have trapped out there? Lord Manthorn baby is out there. Lockman's out there. Of course, all of our military's out there. They're just shaking their heads. It's another day at Shove Copper here. And now I am going to take a break because I need it. It is 6 hematite. Early summer. We're down to a population of exactly 100.